All right. Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone's doing good. Crap. My microphone doesn't say it's working. Okay. Usually y'all can hear me. I'm sure if you can't hear me, you'll let me know, and then I don't know. We'll see what happens then. Let's see who we got in here already. Terror, good to see you. Tellum, good to see you. Dizzy, same. Emery's. Okay, if y'all can, let me know that you can hear me, because okay, good. Y'all just sitting there quiet, which is unusual for y'all. Okay, people slowly drifting in. Those keep popping in there. That's good. KRY, hey, good to see you again. Except people got myself some coffee. Oh, that's good coffee too. That's much needed. I still got filming to do tonight. Let's see. Frederick, hi from the Lost Coast. Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you over here in California. Cool. The Lost Coast, California. I like that, Frederick. That's good. Oh, Lord. Tell you, California is an interesting place. It's beautiful out there, or it used to be, but I hope it still is. Been a while since I got to go out there. You kind of have the people definitely cut from a different cloth. Hey, Jade, welcome. Glad you made it. Bernaldus, good to see you. So here we are, everybody. We made it to Friday. We survived another week. Cannot believe it. This has been a busy week for me. It really has. It has been a massively busy week. Oh, Peachy made it. We'll see Peachy when she pops in. Her and her smileys. So, yeah. Chris, welcome. Origin, welcome. And Grayman, welcome. Hey, Grayman. So yeah, it's been a busy week. I have managed to get a hold of a bunch of research materials that I've been trying to get a hold of for a while to try and possibly even do some reviews on the channel. I did get started on the Goetic Spirit videos, so we should be seeing the first one of those up in a couple weeks. I may actually reorder some videos around to try and get them up faster. Because I know a lot of you have been asking for more videos on entities like that and stuff. And to be fair, we got a shortage of it, and there's a lot of seekers that are wanting that information. So the whole idea is get information to the seekers. So that's what we'll be doing there. Oh, and before I forget, if you are here, be sure to thumbs up the video, give us a like. It lets YouTube know you like the work we're doing, and it helps you make sure YouTube shows more people searching for the content. The video just helps get the word out to all the seekers who are working, which is the entire reason we're here. Also, don't forget, we do have the super chat where you can click and make a small donation. It flashes it real big up on the screen. So if you have a question that's really important, you're afraid I won't see it, instead of spamming the chat, because the moderators will delete spam, it'll flash it up real big and make sure we see it that way. Or, as few of you have done before, you can just donate a little money to the cause and buy me a cup of coffee. Which I never thought of viewing it like that until y'all started doing that. That's pretty cool. I appreciate y'all. Let's see. Divine Cartomancer, welcome. Emery, I think I said hi to you, but just in case I missed you, hello. Let's see, Emery, I'm considering doing a video on words of power and the power of speech. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. I mean, I'm considering a video similar to that. For half a minute, I thought you meant the book Words of Power, which is a really good book. It's actually one I'm wanting to review. So yeah, that's a great idea. People really don't understand how much power is in the spoken word. I would have to look more into Baba Yaga because it's not one that I've worked a lot with. I'm not sure I'm qualified to really divvy out information on that. The few times I've crossed that entity, I was helping someone else with their work, and it's not one I've spent a lot of time with. Um, which I think we went over this last week, didn't we, Tara? As far as Krampus, I've never worked with Krampus. I know the mythos, I know the legends and the lore and the history and stuff like that. Um, I have considered doing a Yule video on Krampus, but as far as working with Krampus as an entity directly, that I've never actually done. It's an interesting concept. Angel Light, good evening. I am doing good, and I hope you are doing well as also. Yeah, because it flashes all over the screen to make sure I see it. I can't miss a super chat when it pops up. Okay. Um, I mean, it's I can't answer a question when I don't have the information to give you. I apologize, Tara, but and no, I've not. I mean, if you asked about it a few weeks ago, I haven't had time to pull notes for individual things on a lot of things. Many of you know I do constantly get emails and stuff piling up. When I started this channel, I made a point to answer every comment, every email. And I never actually thought I'd get to the point where that wouldn't be doable. That is very much where I'm at. And I do apologize. I do still try to get to them as much as humanly possible while maintaining my own life, which it's hard. It's hard. Oh, but that does remind me, actually. This week I got like 5 emails from some of y'all that were in streams Sunday and Friday. And you all commented on how much better I've been looking. And you asked if I had been ill or if I'd lost weight. Or one person even asked if I was using a new skincare product. I'll be honest, I don't use any skincare product. I'm about but health wise, I've been doing good. But I have actually been losing weight. I've been working out a bit. I'm down like 20 pounds. I'm feeling great. I did not think it was anything that was noticeable, especially on camera, but apparently a few of you had. And um, thank you for the compliments. I appreciate it. That's really cool. That is really cool. Appreciate it. No, I was noticing it too. It's like the camera keeps zooming in and out for some reason and adjusting the lighting iris, and I do not know why. It's definitely the camera because I got the light right here behind the camera and it's not flashing at all. So it's either the camera or there's just an entity screwing with my camera, one of the two. But since technology dislikes me, I'm going to guess it might be that. Keela Lee, welcome. What's up? Good to see you. Keela Lee, down 20. Hey, down 22. You go. Awesome. That is awesome. Gray Man Cool Ricks. Thank you. Thank you. Most of them were gifts. The only one, the black one I bought for myself. My wife bought me that, the Dragon Claw one, though. Justin. Let's see. Also, for those of you who keep asking me about Mephistopheles or Mephisto, I did actually finally get some research materials on that particular entity to review. As many of you know, I have from time to time mentioned that I have heard of, seen, and talked to people about a book that is supposed to be really good. And it's always been from that, secondhand opinion anytime I'm asked. So I actually made a point to purchase the book, and I got it. I will be reading through it so I can actually hopefully point you guys in for sure in a better direction, because that's an expensive book. And I don't want to tell you to go buy something until I'm sure it's a good book from firsthand. Y'all know that. Halloween, welcome. Hide your animal crackers because Halloween is back. Oh Lord, Halloween is back, ain't she? Throws animal crackers. That's how you solve the problem. Just feed the Halloween. Origins of Fantasy, finally getting back into my magical work. A few months back, needed a break. I've been there myself. You do. You just hit that point. You need a break. And that break period is a little different for everybody. So yeah, I've been there myself. There's sometimes it's just after a good deep working, or sometimes you'll just hit kind of a stagnant period. And if you just step away, the inspiration hits and you just get rejuvenated, and you're going to go so much farther than if you hadn't taken the break. So that is actually something that I probably should do a video on, because I find out a lot of people, they feel bad if they have to take a break. There's nothing wrong with taking a break. Taking a break's a good thing. So yeah, no, I've been there myself. I have been there myself. Let's see, Black Clag, hello. Are some entities the same, like Mercury, Hermes, or Aphrodite, and Ishtar? It looks historically they are. You can even argue over Yahweh and Elah from Mesopotamian being the same. Honestly, yeah, many of these entities are viewed as just aspects and masks of a larger entity. And you could actually end up in a roundabout debate almost endlessly on this, because an entity is going to work with you in the way you approach it, as well as what you need. That's the two things you need to be aware of when you're working with an entity. It's going to work with you as you approach it and in the way you need most. And those two factors are very, very important. Like I literally just filmed a video on Bel, the first spirit of the Goetia. And I love working with Bel for many, many reasons, but I do find him to be a very stern individual. Nice, but stern. He's very respectful. But there are times where people have reported he appears in a scary way. And that's generally because they're approaching him to work with something that deals with fear, doubt, or something like that. And they're going to appear and try and push you out of those comfort zones. But at the same time, they will appear as you need and as you perceive. So if you approach an entity that has multiple faces, multiple appearances, or multiple masks, and you're approaching a very specific aspect of it, it will appear in that aspect as its foundation, and it'll adjust the aspect around what you need. Bel is a great example of this, because in the Goetia, he actually appears as a cat, a toad, or a human, and sometimes all three at once. Whereas in the Qliphothic tradition, he appears as a armored humanoid, a very strong warrior who wears a helmet and carries a spear with a sword at his side and a shield. So how you approach him could affect how he appears. And I know your question is, are these specific entities like Ishtar and Aphrodite the same? Some people do genuinely think they are. And some people don't. It does depend a bit on your experiences with them. Because me personally, The feeling I get from Ishtar and the feeling I get from Aphrodite, very, very different. Same thing with Mercury and Hermes. They do feel very different to me. But at the same time, they share so many similarities. I could easily, and I do mean easily, see them just being two aspects of the same entity. And either way, that would be fine with me. I'm not going to split hairs over that one way or the other. But that is why it does kind of get into a roundabout, because it really kind of comes down to the magician trying to figure it out. And it just, how you and the entity interacts, and a little bit less on the um, absolutes. Because it's one of those things they say, ask ask 9 magicians a question, get 9 different answers. That's pretty true, really. It really is. And things like that do make it a little tricky. But it is a good question, and it is always a good thought process. And it is something I like to meditate on when I'm working with an entity. What entities are they similar with? What ones might they align with? Those kinds of things. I really do try to meditate on those when I can. Let's see here, Terry. I've been taking a break from meditating, and I still can't help but get filled with guilt. Well, that happens. That does happen. And if a little bit of guilt's hitting you and whatnot, that one's a tricky one. It can be very hard on how to deal with that one. Some people just jump back into it and do it. Some people cut back. Like me, I meditate generally 2-3 times a day, 2 at least. So if I decide to take a break from meditation, I'll still meditate once a day if I feel I need it, but otherwise I'll take a break. Meditation's not one I felt I needed a break from, though, in a really long time. Let's see. Halloween, have to eat fish tonight because of Lent. Sigh. Hey, I like seafood. Emery's, my mentor's main answer, it depends. I've heard that answer a lot, and that just feels a bit more dodgy. It's like you're just trying to dodge explaining the intricacy and the multifaceted sides of it. I'm not a fan of that. But at the same time, it is the correct answer. So thoughts on goetic entities having ruling angels? None of them have ruling angels that I have worked with. I know many traditions put ruling angels over them. I know many traditions even work with angels alongside them. I think even Damon Brand's book, Demons of Magic, does a similar thing. I've worked with them completely separate. I've worked with them with angels. And honestly, demons and angels get along just fine. There's not like this whole power struggle war going on that most religious people want to try and make you think is there. So as far as the word ruling, no. Are there angels that those spirits work very well with, complement, and actually can even make working with their energies a little easier? Yes, those are there. In fact, that's one of the things when I actually got a hold of Demons of Magick, and I worked through it, because anytime I get a book and read it, I don't just read it, I work through it, because I always like to see how the different rituals and everything function. And one of the reasons I recommend the book is it's a very functionally solid book for working with the goetic entities in a very simplified, modern fashion. But they do actually utilize many of the angels in there. Now, I worked with the angels separately, and I worked with the demons separately, and I worked with them together in the ritual. And the angels did confirm their only role is to kind of ease the energy just a little bit, not to keep you safe, just to ease that energy, because that energy is trying to help you. But some people, it's kind of like drinking from a fire hose if you're not ready for it. Um, so I wouldn't call them ruling angels, but that's not to say that they don't serve a purpose, if that makes sense. Which I actually am wanting to get more into angelic work. Y'all know that's one of the areas where I've not done a lot. And currently where I'm at on the Cliffothic tree, it looks like I'll be sitting here for a while, taking care of some things. The current Cliffothic ruler I'm working with has definitely given me some assignments that kind of makes me think I'm going to be working here for a little while. Which is kind of nice because it does give me a time to branch out into other areas as well and work on things. And I think angelic magic will probably be one of the things I look into if I still have that time. Once we finish filming Dragon Magic 102, get it fully edited. The filming is done. We just got to get everything edited and see if we need to reshoot. The first filming is done, I should say. That's why I say filming and editing still, because anytime you go through the video files, you find something and you're like, oh no, that's got to be redone. So, and as y'all know, we did lose a lot of files. So there's a lot of things we had to reshoot already. Uh, 7LVX, welcome. Have I ever used coffee in my magic, and what's it used for? Yeah, actually I have. In fact, I actually have a video. It's on a quick money spell where we use a little coffee, and I actually have a video on coffee magic, which is really a popular video. It really is. But it's great for increasing energy. It's great for prosperity. It's great for earth magic. It's great for grounding, which I actually find perfectly fascinating because most things don't actually register as both boosting energy and grounding. Even though if you understand correspondence, you know it has to contain the opposite of whatever it contains. But most things don't list it. Coffee is one of the things you do see both listed quite often. And it's just great for expansion. It's great for focus. It is actually great for health magics. So pop over there, Emery's, after the live stream and check out that video. I think you'll find it interesting. I do actually use coffee quite a bit. Let's see. Okay, I purchased The Grimoire of Heaven and Hell by Travis McHenry, which details 72 goetic entities with concerning angels. I'll post a few pages on the Discord later. Cool, Gray Man. Yeah, I might have that book on a shelf. Actually, I'd have to double check. It sounds familiar. Might be one I've seen too. But there are plenty of different books out there that do actually correspond 72 angels and 72 goetic spirits, which I actually find really fascinating. And I actually kind of like that idea too. I really do. I know many of the books I've seen, the correspondence don't line up. The only 72 that stays the same is the goetics, but that's okay. I don't mind that one bit. I do like that balancing factor because it can sometimes be hard for an individual to keep the energy balance. But if you actually give them two sets of entities that are allied together, work together to achieve goals, but their energy vibrates just subtly different, you really do create a way for them to maintain that balance very easily. So I actually like that. Let's see here. Haven't watched your coffee ritual video yet. Would the teachings in that maybe also be good for tea rituals as well? Oh, yeah. Well, hold on. It's been a while since I've done that. It's not a ritual. We just talk about coffee magic in general. I do use coffee in a fast money spell. If you look up the fast money spell, I do actually use coffee in that as the accelerant. Um, you could use tea instead of coffee for that, but it wouldn't get the same effect because tea has far, far less caffeine. And it is kind of pulling on that caffeine element of the coffee to get that jump. But you could utilize it. You could still utilize it because tea does still have caffeine in it. Hey, Anubis, glad you could join us. Good to see you, man. Coffee's good. Most people just don't make it well. um, and well, not all coffees are created equal either. What effect does diet have on magical results? And do you know if semen retention will increase magical results or not? Okay. LVA, that is actually an interesting one. Diet actually has a lot of effects on your magic. But it's not necessarily diet itself. Okay. There's no like optimal magician's diet. Okay. So don't think of it that way. So if someone tells you if you're a practicing magician, vegan's optimal, keto's optimal, paleo's optimal, carnivore's optimal, it's horse shit across the board. Okay. No, what is important is the health of the magician, and that is important. So you need to find a nutrition plan, a way of eating, not a diet. You need to find a sustainable way of eating that actually maintains your health, because your health directly ties into your energy, and your energy affects your magic, as does your focus. So for me, I have found eating ketogenic foods, even full on to just zero carb, basically full carnivore, works really well for me, because if I eat carbohydrates of any kind, no matter how complex or what, and the guy who told me I can eat complex carbs, I appreciate your comment. I know I can eat potatoes, but they still have the same effect on me. I actually had somebody tell me that up here when I made these comments once before. But it drains me. You can actually watch carbohydrates drain me, and I just pass out. I go to sleep real easy. I get sluggish. It's bad. But I could pig out on ribs or steak, and my energy goes up. Meanwhile, and before anyone says, well, your energy's going up, but you're killing your health, believe me, I go to the doctor regularly, get checkups. And since I've been eating this way and cleaning up my diet, my health has done nothing but improve. So please, let's not get on a soapbox for diets. So it is important to find out what works for you in your health, so you can, because your health affects your energy. But there is no singular one magician's diet. You need to find out the one that works for you. And that will be a little different for everybody. As to the semen retention, will it increase your magical results? Yes and no. Depends entirely on how and why you're doing it. First off, if you're abstaining for reasons that become distracting and begin to affect your focus and your concentration, that's actually going to hurt your magic. If you're sacrificing ability to focus and you're becoming too stressed or whatever, that can actually hurt your magic. Now, that said, any type of release like that does actually release a large amount of energy. So it only would the release would only affect you if you did the release 30 minutes to an hour before the ritual, because you're going to be completely recharged on energy by that time. Now, there is also to be something to be said for release during ritual, because again, there's a massive amount of energy released That's why sex magic and using those fluids is a thing, because it does release that energy that you can push into your magic if you do it and time it correctly. And I'm trying to phrase this in a PG 17-ish kind of way, if y'all haven't noticed. So let's make sure to keep chat, PG-ish on this, because last time we opened this can of worms, it started going cray-cray up in here. But yeah, those would be the two things to about those to consider. Did Manatron go from man to angel? Yes, in all the lore I have found about Metatron, he did go from being a human to an angel. And is the Ouroboros dragon a real dragon? No, the Ouroboros is a symbol, not a dragon. This is something a lot of people get weirdly confused, and I don't know why. But the Ouroboros is a symbol that was made in the vision of a serpent/dragon. Ouroboros is not always a dragon. That's another thing. It's oftentimes a serpent, so it is symbolic. It is not a literal. So no, Ouroboros is not a dragon. Now I'm sure somewhere in history, a dragon has given a human that name to call it by for whatever humorous reasons. But that doesn't make it the Ouroboros dragon, if you know what I mean, because there isn't the Ouroboros dragon. I hope that clears that up a little bit there, Blake. That's a good question, though, man. That's a really good question. Tara, I said too many carbs as well. Yeah, carbs kill me, mate. They really do. And I love them. I love them, but they do not love me. Now, like sweet potatoes and potatoes, I can have a little bit of those without too much, but I still have to pace myself. But like breads, sweets, anything like that, it's slippy time for Drake. So if I'm going out with friends for a birthday party or something, and I know there's going to be cupcakes or something, and me being Southern, I try to be polite. I have to make sure any work I'm doing is done, because I will not do squat when I get home. I will sit down. I will watch a movie. I will watch TV. I will watch YouTube. I'll do anything but work. They just make me that freaking sluggish. So yeah, it's one of those things. Terror, yes, trying to be mature about it. Yeah, we got to maintain a professionalism, a little bit of that. We can do it. Mugs up, people. We got this. Let's see here. Yeah, Enoch is actually the number one candidate for who Metatron was believed to have been. There are a lot of differing theories on what human Metatron was, but Enoch is actually the number one candidate. Yeah. Let's see. I first found out about alchemy from Full Metal Alchemist. Been learning ever since. Chris, I know a lot of people's going to laugh at that comment, but I don't. I like that comment. I'll tell you why. I know a lot of magicians who have came to magic due to something fictional, some story, and it sparked an interest, and they started studying, and I think that's freaking amazing. Y'all's going to hate me for this, but I've never seen Full Metal Alchemist. I've been told I need to watch it. I've been told there's something about a little girl and a dog that's going to just torment me and haunt me forever. I don't know why, but it is actually currently on a playlist for when I have free time and sit to watch. I keep a playlist of stuff to queue up that people tell me to watch. That way I don't have to think. I just sit down and turn it on. That is definitely one of those that's in that list. So, Chris, I'm looking forward to seeing it. But yeah, alchemy's fun. It really is. In fact, the bulk of Dragon Magic 102 deals with draconic alchemy. If humans can ascend to become angels, could we also become cool-looking demons or maybe other entities? Angels and demons are the exact entity. I can't pronounce the name that they call themselves in general. It's us humans that are categorizing them separately. But yes, you just as a person could ascend to be an angel, you could ascend to the same rankings as the demons. And as far as form, well, your form's whatever you want it to be. Now, dragons seem to be the ones that are like anti-ascension. I don't know why they don't let other people in the ranks. I don't know why. They're a little stubborn on that one for some reason. Star Goddess Love, there are 3 body types. I'm with you, carbs are not my friends. Yeah, I've heard the 3 body types a lot. I really have. And there actually is a lot of truth to that body type. I know a lot of people discredit it and whatnot, but when you look at how a person gains weight, what foods affect them, there's more things that line up than don't. So yeah, the 3 body types are a big one. If you can figure out your body type, you've got a lot. You got a lot of information there, in my personal opinion. And yeah, carbs just aren't my friend, which I guess it's okay because I do love meat. I love like red meat and stuff. So the fact that I can eat that way and be healthy is just like, yeah, oh yeah. I wish somebody would have told me when I was younger, actually, because I can't think of the number of times I had fat-free, lean, skinless chicken breast and steamed broccoli when I'd have rather had bacon and eggs. First off, bacon and eggs is cheaper. Secondly, it's easier to fix. It's a lot quicker, and it tastes better. So, Magician Girl, Rice knocks Peachy, yep, knocks Mr. Peachy out. Yep, not surprised, not one bit surprised. Angel Luck, I think you've mentioned Lilith on one of your streams or videos. Will you do a video on her someday? And how was your experience with her? Actually, yeah, I do want to do a video on Lilith. I adore her. I actually really enjoyed working with her. I was really apprehensive the first time I was going to approach her. And the first time I approached her was in the Cliffothic workings. She actually is like a key figure within the Cliffoth. And I was nervous about that because you do have a lot of practitioners. Let's keep this as friendly as we can, who paint her as a man-hater. And I wasn't really sure how this was going to go. So when I approached her, she was extremely pleasant. She was very helpful, very forthcoming. She talked a lot about personal responsibility, personal accountability, taking responsibility for your actions, stuff like that. And it was a few months before, I actually shouldered up some information. It's like she had helped me. She asked if I had any questions. And I got to asking her about, some of the things I'd heard about her. And she made it very clear. She's like, no. She's like, all those people who labeled me this man-hater, she's like, that's not who I am. That is something they're trying to make me. And because of that, anytime I get asked about Lilith, I love to talk about her. And I do encourage people to reach out to her and work with her. In fact, Peachy, I think, is actually one of the people who did so. And I think Peachy did a good amount of working with her. But I love her. And yeah, I do totally plan to do a video on Lilith at some point. She's actually on the list. I don't know where she's at on the list, though, but do keep an eye out because she is definitely an entity worth working with. Both men and women, straight up, across the board. She is awesome. So when doing food magic, like tacos, would the way you layer the ingredients affect the magic? Not necessarily. This is actually a really cool question, Everest. It really is. It makes me want to start doing more of the Kitchen Witch videos again. It won't necessarily affect the magic, but you can have it affect the magic. So what I mean by this is if you just build the taco and you have a goal, let's say for health or prosperity or whatever. Usually my spicier foods are usually somewhere based in health or even fitness. But If you wanted to, you could actually figure out each ingredient you're putting into the taco and its benefits and its magical effects, and you could actually layer the taco in the way you want the effects to take hold in your life. So the first thing, the base would be your priority. On that would be the next thing that would be your priority, and build it up in that direction. And if you build it specifically with that intention and that reasoning and that focus, then yes, it would have an effect. But only if you build it in that effect. That's a really good question, man. That is. We got that. Those are the questions why I love you all. Y'all come up in here and ask me taco questions. All right. Oh, we jumped. Let's see. Oh my God. No. What's a no? What did I do? Drake, this is mandatory. It's amazing. What's mandatory? I'm lost. It jumped. Oh, FMA. Okay. I'm caught up here. FMA is standing for Full Metal Alchemist, ain't it? Yeah, see. I'll figure it out. Let's see. Chris, alchemy was the first magic I knew of, and the other anime that magic was paved my way from art and spirituality is a great story, but not for the faint of heart. You know, hey, I'm just glad you found your path, Chris. We all found our path, and the stories are unique. And I remember once we did a practitioner kind of camp out once down in Tennessee. And one night, one of the people actually decided that we was going to go around and we was going to tell the story how we came to our path, what led to it, what was those events. And they're so amazing. They always are. They really are. I mean, some of them have, some heartstrings getting yanked on and some tragedies. But at the same time, it is just amazing how magic can find a person in order to turn their life around. And I truly, truly believe magic does find us. If we don't find it first, it sets out to try and get our attention. Because the multiverse wants us to grow. It wants us to learn. That is what it wants, which honestly, that's one of the most endearing things about magic. In my opinion, that's my 2 cents. Just my 2 cents. Let's see. I really like the idea of ascent, maybe even the ability to become a demon. I would love to try and help people that way. Well, yeah. I mean, ascent is kind of the goal for a lot of practitioners out there. I'd be lying if I said I don't have my sights set on it. I would definitely like the ability to gain that mastery. I mean, grant you don't really fully know if you get that mastery until you get there. But if I got there, I'm pretty sure I'd still turn around and try to help people. Because look what I'm doing now. Let's see. Halloween note. Make Drake's cupcakes so he actually freaking sleeps. Hey, now. Let's see, Chris. I tried going vegan because I wanted to not have all the negative energy on me. But I've been learning to use the bad energy to my benefit. Yeah, that's a thing. A lot of people talk about negative energy. Energy is energy, period. You can utilize it however you want. So yeah, I like your approach there. I do. I like your approach. Just using the bad energy for your benefit. That's a good approach. That's definitely understanding, or at least starting to understand, energy is energy, that's good. That'll help you out. That'll come in real handy on your path. Lilith always gave you the vibe of someone who was very sweet. I agree, Tara. I've definitely seen her mom face. I've definitely seen the mom look, which is freaking terrifying. But that's because it's the mom look. I've also heard her mom voice, but she was in a teacher role at that point. She was trying to work with me, teach me, and I might have been a little hard headed at that point. So totally deserved it, but she only used it when necessary. Otherwise, she was very, very sweet. Let's see. So if you make magical tacos, I guess it would be considered soul food. That's a good one. Yeah, it'd definitely be a soul food. And honestly, you can find tacos at a lot of soul food restaurants. So yeah, it does give a whole new meaning to soul food, though. Anubis, what's one characteristic that most dragons have? Ooh, that's a tricky one because there's a few characteristics that I would say all dragons have. They're all very, very honorable. They all value respect very, very much. They value genuine relationships a lot. They despise betrayal. Um, but they also value independence and self empowerment. Those are the traits that I would say really all dragons definitely embody easily. And that's one reason they do work so well with humans. They want to teach us that same traits of honor, respect, self empowerment, and the like, um, and that independence as well. Uh, 7LEX, what's your preferred method of working with angels? Honestly, right now it's just through straight evocation, basic evocation. Like I said, I've not dove too deeply into there. It's only I really most of my research and work with angels is largely due to working with other entities where I needed an understanding of them to crisscross and gain a deeper understanding of where I was, which is one reason I'm wanting to dive deeper into working with angels now. But honestly, in the past, I've largely just worked with them through straight evocation or journey work. Let's see, Angelica. I've read that most infernal entities have been labeled opposite of what they are, like Lucifer lies when he's truth, Lilith, man hater. That is true. That is true. There are a lot of infernal entities that have been demonized. Like I said, the term demon, that's a new term. And many of them were even worshipped as gods. So yeah, they are usually largely the opposite of what they're labeled in most cases, or at least the way that they help you has been twisted to look negative, if that makes sense. Let's see. Here's my first introduction to Magick. Uh, Runes is always a great introduction. I found a lot of people who say Runes was their first introduction. It's jumping around a little, so if I miss anything, I do apologize. Oh, before I forget, do give us a thumbs up if you're here. Let YouTube know you like the work we're doing and the content we're creating. Helps out the channel a lot, and we do appreciate it. You guys are why we do what we do right now. Which okay, largely I do the work, but my wife supports what I do, so that's helpful. Let's see. And then my introduction was from this guy who invited me to a community. Who was a power hungry guy, gave me bad vibes, but I did introduce me to a new viewpoint. Well, Sorry the guy sounds like a dick, but I am glad you found your path all the same. My path started through Wicca and Draconic Wicca. Now I'm starting to expand to identify as Draconic Pagan. Hey, that's cool, fantasy. That is good. Origin of Sanity. That's right. That is really good. It's good to see that growth and that expansion. That is awesome. Congrats, man. Here, I forgot what made me interested in magic. Have to think hard. Oh, that's okay. We all sometimes. I've met people they can't remember. It seems so long ago. I mean, many of you know that it's my interest in science, and in many ways, the way I fell away from theology and religion that led me to magic. So, it was an interesting road for me for sure. Let's see. Origin of Sanity, which is why we do it. Not sorry. Point hold is let's get those likes up. Appreciate it, man. Okay. Okay, we are getting ready to. Oh, yep. Okay, we're gonna have to wind up here soon. That's okay. That I wasn't something I have to. It taught me that if I want something, I have to work for it. There is no real cheat code, or you will hurt people you love. Chris, that is solid. Mugs up there. That is solid. I can't tell you the messages I get from people who think magic is a genie's lamp and that they're going to rub that lamp and Barbara Eden going to jump right on out there and give them whatever they want with no effort, no work, no nothing, and no consequences. And it just don't work that way. Never has, never will. So you know what? You started your magical path with perhaps the most valuable nugget of understanding. That is awesome. Tell him I just purchased the book Modern Magic by Donald Michael Craig and the first set of tarot. Hey, that is a good book. When it comes to ceremonial magic, Modern Magic is actually one that I recommend. The way he broke that up into individual lessons and does the breakdown of explaining it, I love it. I really do. That is a good book and a good purchase right there. Solid. Good luck on your path there. Ceremonial magic is a lot of fun. It can be a lot of work. It can be a lot of work, but it is rewarding. Let's see, Little Earth Dragon. I've always honestly been interested in magic. I honestly believe it's a natural part of us due to certain religious acts to tap into. No, magic is a natural part of everyone. It's not. I know y'all have seen me rant on this, so I'll try not to rant. But there's a lot of people who's like, you have to have this gift. You have to have this blessing. You have to be born under this star. Horse crap. Magic is a natural part of everything in the multiverse and every person. Everyone can use it. There is no special secret handshake, no secret club, none of that. Anyone can use it. Little Earth Dragon has cracked the code. And yeah, religious could be a part of it. I'm not going to say religion ain't, but really it's more of your personal viewpoint. It's your own limitations you put on you, which that can be placed on by religion. It can also be placed on by parents. It can even be placed on by childhood traumas, nightmares. In fact, many people I know who come to magic from a religious standpoint actually have the easiest time because they've already had the ability to step outside that rationale to practice whatever religion they were in or still currently are. I know a lot of Christian practitioners, even a few Mormon practitioners. So it does definitely play a role, because the mentality you have will affect your ability to harness. And let's be honest, the social structure we live in, no matter what that social structure is, it's going to have an effect on us as we grow. Let's see. If only Magick worked like the movies. That'd be freaking awesome, wouldn't it? At Drake, code word on 19th and 20th. Oh, crap. I forgot. Code word for 19th and 21st. We are going to use the Genie's Lamp. So if you are interested in winning the contest for the free Dragon Magic 101 course for yourself or a friend, because if you win it, you can give them the code. Comment below after the video uploads. Make sure you comment below with the code word Genie's Lamp, okay? And when you do that, that will enter you for the drawing. Thank you, Jade, for reminding me. I completely freaking spaced on it. Oh my God, I can't believe that. Oh, Lordy. But for those of you who stuck around to the end, now you know we're having a free giveaway and you know the code word. All entries for the contest need to be in. Jade, do you remember the date? Because I ain't got my cheat card with me, because I totally forgot until you just reminded me. I'm a bad Drake. Let's see. Never ever had a friend like me. Robin Williams. Hey, Robin Williams was awesome. Code word Genie's Lamp. Even the genie had its limitations. This is true. Bornoldus, remember the card. My admin are literally making donations to remind me I'm an idiot. Appreciate it, guys. Grayman, $4. Appreciate the donation, Grayman. That'll definitely get me a good cup of coffee. Much appreciated. Mugs up to you. Frederick Crispy. Modern Magic is a good one. I love that one. Nubis, any video? Hello, here's a word. Tuesday. Is there a video Tuesday? Yep, we do have a video coming out Tuesday. And I do not remember what it is. Give me a second, I'll find out for y'all. I am just off my game tonight. It's been such a busy week. Oh, duh. No wonder I can't remember. Tuesday's video will be discussing magical initiations. So it's kind of one of those topics that's a little gray area, but it's one we get a lot of questions about. And I think it was definitely something that needed to be discussed. In fact, we might even discuss a little bit on magical, or not magical coffee hour, research and ramblings next Friday, because I'm sure it'll probably raise a few questions for a few people. But it is a really cool topic all the same. Let's see. Okay, I think we've got all the questions. Oh, Origin of Sanity. Appreciate it. Thank you for the donation. That is awesome. Thank you very much. Everything has descended into chaos. Yep, pretty much. Pretty much. We just ran it off the road and just went off road, and we figured, what the hey, let's just see where it goes. Whee! Enter the code word in the comments section no later than 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday, March 24th. Thank you. Yes, that is what it was, March 24th. And we will give you another code word during Magical Coffee Hour on Sunday. So make sure you do actually show up Sunday. And yes, If you enter the code word both times, you get your name in twice, which ups your chance of winning. You can only win one, but it does get you an increased chance of getting your name drawn if you enter into both of them. And again, you can give the coupon code to a friend who's been wanting to get the Dragon Magic 101 if you so choose. Okay. Thank you, Admin, for making me I can't say not making me look like an idiot. I did a pretty good job of that. I think I take the gold home for looking like an idiot tonight when it comes to remembering that announcement. But thank you for helping me recover from face planting in the mud of stupidity for forgetting that. I do appreciate it, Admin. Y'all's awesome. Thanks for looking out for me. Appreciate it. All right, everyone, let's get ready to close up here. See if I had anything I missed. Magician Girl 7. Magical initiation is just, it's like getting magically peed on. It's not inaccurate. But it does have some positive notes, and I try to cover both the positive and the negative in the video. All right, everyone, this has been a lot of fun. You all have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe doing whatever it is you decide to do on your weekend. I actually have a great deal of reading and stuff to do tomorrow for my day off. I may drift into the server tomorrow a time or two. Y'all know how I get bored. But I will definitely see you all Sunday night for the magical coffee hour. We'll get together, have some more laughs. We'll have a new code word that hopefully I'll remember before the end of the stream. We'll probably give it out midstream. Might wait for end just for fun. We'll see. But definitely have a great weekend. Stay safe, everyone, and keep doing the work you're doing. And I will see you Sunday. Take it easy. Bye-bye.